Hello everyone, Engineer Wannabe here, and we are going to be doing my first ever review on YouTube. And this is going to go to the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date 80th Anniversary Edition. And that is the one with the bronze case, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and get started, and hopefully it'll go well. Okay, so the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date was introduced in 1938, and so in 2018 it was the 80th anniversary for this model, or at least this line of product for Oris, which is quite an achievement. And so they decided to go ahead and celebrate that by doing a bronze cased version with a green chalkboard style dial, and everything else has been the usual pointer date affair, really. The back really does not indicate that this is a special edition, and it is not a limited edition, so you should be able to find this fairly easily. It is not the easiest model of pointer date to find online. So let's go ahead and take a look at the case. We have the usual pointer date case. We have a very interesting case design. As you can see, the bezel here is sunken into the case, and the lugs really sweep all the way across in an interesting way. Gives it a very nice look, especially when you look at it from the front. As you can see, it looks like the lugs are attached, at least from the front view, to the case, but it is very beautifully done. Nothing on the left side. On the right side, we have this big crown, as it is stated in the name, and it is a signed crown with the Oris logo. The dial here is a printed dial. The entire thing is printed, and all the numerals are loomed. We have a minute track that's a railroad style, but it has a highlighted hour marker on that minute track. Kind of an interesting look there. And on the outer edge we have the date, and a pointer hand that comes from the middle that points at the date. And of course the name gives all of that away, the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date. So one of my favorite things about this watch would be the hands. So we have cathedral style hands, the hour marker, very beautiful, and of course everything is really well proportioned, everything is well thought out. As you can see here, the hour hand points right at the hour of or stops right at the hour index, or not the index but the numeral on the dial. It stops perfectly just before that index starts, the numeral starts, and it does so for every single hour, perfectly sized. The minute hand is perfectly sized. It hits the minute marker, or the minute track here, and it does so perfectly. And we have the pointer date, which hits it perfectly. The seconds hand is as long as the minute hand, and it hits everything perfectly. And so everything is very beautifully proportioned, very nicely done. The color is an interesting color, not everyone's favorite, but it is something that really grows on you the longer you have it. And for me particularly, I really like it. My wife calls it a blackboard, or I guess it's not a blackboard, it's a green board, but a school board kind of look, a chalkboard kind of look, which I suppose is true, but it's pretty nice overall. The colors work really well. The golden hands are very nice, nicely complement the green color, at least in my opinion. And we have the bronze case, which is very bright when you first get it, but then it develops this very nice patina the longer you wear it. And each case will have a unique patina My one has been naturally patinating, if that's even a word, but it has been naturally changing over the past 6 months. I bought this in the beginning of January, so almost 7 months now. And so it's a very fun watch. And one really nice side effect of that is I don't find that I have to constantly be cleaning this watch. My current watch, the one I'm wearing right now, the Grand Seiko SBGX263, wristwatch check, by the way. I find I have to constantly clean it every, I don't know, a few hours, because it smudges and it gets all sorts of fingerprints and dirt, dust. But with this watch, you really don't get the urge to clean it, except for maybe the crystal every once in a while. If there's a fingerprint on there, maybe you'd clean that. But other than that, it's really quite the phenomenon. I really find that I don't have to clean this, and I would think it's got something to do with how it is patinating. So anyway, moving on, we have a nice leather strap that comes with this watch. You'll notice that it's not what I have on right now, but here's the watch strap. It's got a very nice buckle, and made in bronze as well. And the leather strap is very supple, very smooth to the touch. It smells great. Everything is really high quality about this, and you can see the layers on the strap through the sides. It's very nice. Of course, it was a bit too large for me, so I had to punch a hole out. Now, one downside for this strap I find is that these quick release bolts or latches show through the lugs. I'll put a video of it up right now, and it really bothers me. I really don't like the look of it poking through the lug to see this. Now, if you have a bigger hands, bigger wrists, that won't be an issue, because I would think that the strap wouldn't be bent in such a way so that it wouldn't show. But for smaller wrists, that bolt really shows, and it really bugs me. So I am tempted to remove this spring bar, but to do that I may have to cut this bolt off and then slide the pin out. So I'm not sure if I want to do that, considering, well, I might as well, since I did punch a hole, but I probably would rather not do that. And thankfully I found a very good strap. This is a Hirsch Mariner. I find the color really matches this this watch case really well as well. And I just took out the steel buckle here, and I heated it up until it turned a golden colored, and put it back on the strap. So that's how I kind of matched the strap out. One thing that really bugs me is silver on bronze. I really don't like how that clashes. As you can tell on this NATO strap, I've got PVD coated hardware, and I find this is more acceptable than seeing a steel color. I don't know how you might find that. So you might be okay with having just silver steel colored hardware on your straps matching up with this watch, but to me it is a bit of a clash. Now you may think that this brilliant royal blue strap or NATO strap is clashing with this case, but I find it's a bit of a summery feel when you have this strap on this case. So and that's one of the biggest challenges I've had with this watch, is to find something that is water resistant for the summer months, and straps that go with it basically. But I guess I found it in this. This is a water resistant strap, so you were able to wear it even in the pool, and I have worn this in the pool multiple times in the water. So this is a good option. The Mariner, of course, this NATO strap will be a no-brainer. I've tried it on a olive drab NATO strap as well. That I'm not sure how that looks Maybe it's not to my taste, but you do have the option. Maybe a darker olive drab would work better with the color of that dial. But the current one I have is not my favorite on this watch. So overall, I found this watch to be a lot of fun to wear. It's been very reliable. It's been running at a steady +2 to +3, so very accurate, very reliable. I've had it for 7 months, so I would think it would be reliable. It would be interesting to see a few years from now how this will look. I don't expect to sell this watch, and it's been on the list, the chopping block, a few times, but I find I know I will regret this selling this, as I know I'll never be able to justify buying it again. So it's stuck around, and I think it will continue to stick around. So a long-term review will probably be in the works later on. So if you would like to see that, let me know. This Oris Diver, I almost said Diver 65. This Big Crown pointer date has been a really solid watch. Very interesting, very beautiful to wear, almost a dress watch, but very reliable. It has a 50-meter water resistance, so sufficiently resistant. It has a screw-down crown, which is surprising. I would think with a screw-down crown the resistance would be around 100 meters, but I'm not going to be going diving with this watch, so it doesn't really matter. 50 meters is plenty for me. It is a very interesting complication. The pointer date is one of my favorite complications, and definitely very visually interesting. What I do wish it did have was maybe a printed, an applied logo, maybe applied numerals, but it's a printed logo is very nice nonetheless. This printed dial is a very high quality dial, high quality print. I cannot find any issues with it. So let's talk about Loom. Loom is pretty strong at first on this watch, but it dies down quickly, and it is understandable considering these aren't deep filled Loom numerals or Loom markers. So the Loom does wear out quickly, but not to the point where it becomes illegible. So though the Loom does only last in its bright form, it is still usable after many hours. It's still visible to a adjusted eye. And now you won't be able to see any of the numerals, even though they're all loomed. The Loom, the light on that will go out pretty quick. You will be able to see these markers, and the hands are very impressive Loom wise. So you'll be seeing a Loom shot of that right now. So overall, this watch has been very interesting, very usable. I would say this has been my favorite everyday watch. This would be a very good everyday watch to use every day. It has Loom. It has a reliable movement. It is very interesting, and it changes every day. You don't feel like you have to clean it up and keep it shiny, because by nature it's in a sense dirty. Not that it is dirty, it's just changing and corroding in an interesting way. So that's one of the charms of or the biggest charm of bronze watches. And if you find yourself a good arsenal of straps, you should be able to take on the entire year. And this strap wouldn't be a good strap for the summer. This would work pretty well for the summer. It's still kind of dressy, and this would be a sportier option, the NATO here. So I think this covers the Big Crown's year-round ability to be used. So it's a good watch. I really enjoy having it. So hopefully it'll be with me for years to come, many years to come, and I'll be able to keep comparing it to other watches that may come and go from my collection. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if I can improve on anything. Well, I know there's a lot I can improve on. Hopefully the audio quality has been a bit better on this video. I am not sure, but we'll see how it goes. We'll keep improving, and hopefully we'll be able to share an interesting journey as the months and years go by. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good night. Take care. Bye.